10 tiny things that annoy Finns. We gotta figure it out before we go to Finland.
We gotta know those social norms before we go, possibly. We don't want to annoy the peeps.
We do a lot of annoying things sometimes. What if one of the things you're not allowed to do or that annoy them is recording yourself walking around Finland?
If you guys didn't know, we're actually vloggers. That's what we've spent a lot of our last few years doing is vlogging around different countries, and we hopefully want to vlog around Finland. That's like one of our bucket list vlogging destinations coming soon. Go to Helsinki, go to some other places. Are people going to be upset if we're like, hey guys,
We'll
welcome
definitely
to our
get stared at a
video?
lot. Anytime
Yeah.
we've gone to Europe and we vlog like that, they stare at you in like a, who are these people kind of way.
Mhm.
And in Asia, it's more of like a, whoa, vloggers kind of way. But what month is it? Oh, it's October? I don't think we're going to be going to Finland until the snow melts, guys.
Yeah, it'll
Maybe
probably be a
next
while.
summer.
Yeah, hopefully.
We don't want to freeze to death. Or even though we're from Minnesota, so we should be used to it, but we've been living in Asia for a long time, like Southeast Asia, so it's really hot. So we wouldn't be able to handle it.
How hot does Finland get in the summer? I wonder how.
It's probably kind of like Minnesota.
Yeah, I could see it getting like some days close to 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Let us know. But
Maybe.
let's figure out this video. Here we go.
Moi! Welcome to another new video. In this video I'm going to show you 10 tiny things that annoy Finnish people. Now
Okay.
I want to talk about these things because it's most likely that you wouldn't know that Finn in question is annoyed because we rarely show expressive faces in Finland. So sometimes it
She
happens
says that and her face is extremely expressive right now. She's just like,
Yeah.
that we do correct you, but most likely you won't be ever confronted about these tiny mishaps. So let's go to the list. My name is Varpo and I'm the founder of Her Finland. I help you get to know Finnish culture and lifestyle and also the language. If you're here for the first time, make sure to subscribe to my channel. So let's go. Firstly, let's talk about sauna. You should never leave the sauna door open, nor
Okay, makes sense.
you should do this. So when you go into the sauna and you throw the water, you should never leave immediately after it. You should sit and enjoy or try to suffer the steam that comes out of that water bucket. So you never leave after you just throw some water. If you say to a Finn, we should meet sometime.
what
So
amount of time? Like, so if you pour it on and you leave 5 minutes later, is that too short? Or do you have to
Yeah.
sit there for like 10, 15 minutes?
Is there like a visual indication of like when the steam dissipates or something? Or like, I don't know, how do you
I
tell?
don't know. I just remember when I was a kid, one of the hotels we went to had a sauna, and I went in there and I started throwing the water on there because I thought it was really cool. And then me and my friends sat in there until we couldn't handle it anymore. And I feel like it was probably like 2 minutes, and then we ran and jumped in the pool.
That's a good way to do it. That's
Yeah.
the sauna way.
And then go back in after
Yeah.
you get in the pool. Like kind of like what they do, except
Mhm.
it's much colder to jump into a frozen
For
lake.
we
sure.
should hang out. Finns take this very literally, so you should be prepared
interesting.
to actually follow up and have that planned in your calendar. Another thing that makes
Okay, good to
Finnish
know.
people annoyed is making noise. This is true to any public transport vehicle. When you are commuting, it's often enjoyed silently together, this communal, peaceful, silent train trip. Not making noises also applies when you are living in apartment building. Finnish apartment buildings
Look at
are
that, man.
very silent places. Have you been in a university classroom in Finland, or have you been in a public transport vehicle in Finland? You will see this very weird seating game going on. So the point is, nobody wants to sit next to each other, and it's quite funny. The normal way, when you enter a vehicle, for example, you will try to find a separate seating that is quite remote from everybody else, so that everybody is scarcely populating the vehicle. Only when it comes full, you are sitting next to each other. Next, I have
Okay.
2 things that you actually might be corrected. So, if you say that Finland is a Scandinavian country, most likely
Common
you will be
misconception.
corrected that no, Finland is a Nordic country. Another thing Finns are very passionate about is that Santa lives in Finland. Santa lives in Lapland, not in North Pole, not in Greenland, not in anywhere else except Finland. My next
Okay,
point.
so like,
Interesting.
if we're just like walking the streets and like we're just talking to each other, we're like, oh yeah, I heard Santa's up in the North Pole. It would
Excuse me, actually he's in Lapland.
yeah, would someone come up to us?
That'd be so funny.
That would be top tier.
So Lapland not in the North Pole? Like, where is the actual Arctic Circle? That's got to be getting pretty
It's
close.
probably pretty
doesn't it?
close.
And is
It'd be cool to go up to Lapland too,
Mm-hmm.
but is it even worth going in the summer, or do you like have to go to that area in the winter?
I think you would have to. All the pictures we've seen and like the top 10 videos show it in winter. So maybe it's just some lakes in the summer.
And lakes, cool. I like
Well,
lakes.
well.
And reindeer probably don't hibernate during the summer, so maybe we'd be able to ride one still.
quite normal in many countries, but there's a Finnish twist to it. So you should never ask anybody's salary in Finland, but in Finland, unlike in most places, you can actually find this out by yourself. So
They
you
learned that
just
in a
need to
different
call
video.
the tax office and say the person's name and place, and they will tell you how much they had income on the previous year. For this next one, I'm really excited to know.
Is that a
if
weird thing
this-
to do though? Like, go into the tax place and then ask for some
Yeah.
other person's tax information and how much money they made?
Because if it's like slightly taboo to ask someone what they make, it would be more weird to go behind their back instead of confronting them and ask them and then be like, oh, well, let me figure it out.
It's a confrontation too. You're like, how much do you make?
Yeah.
Tell me. That is interesting. So does the tax person be like, why do you want this information? Or they're just like, here you go.
I mean, that one video we saw, the guy just said it straight up, but maybe.
Very interesting.
It's true to your culture. So I have noticed that in Finland you can criticize your own village or town, but you get annoyed when somebody else who doesn't live there makes those same remarks about it. So let me know in the comment if this is true to your culture. Can you criticize only your own home, village or town, or can you criticize any place? This next.
Typically, like from the places we're from, they're really small, and it's where we're raised and stuff. But I don't care like too much about like my attachment to that area. Clearly, because we're not there anymore.
Your town sucked, by the way. How does that make you feel?
You can't insult my town.
I
Only
mean,
I can insult my town.
In America nowadays, it's like the thing is to just insult other people's place because it's so polarized.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like no taboo to it. I mean, people probably get angry when you insult where they're from, but everyone just does it.
It's like widely politicized, being like, oh, the Democrat cities of like LA, they're communist and there's homeless people everywhere. So I imagine the people from LA might get a little offended at that.
So it's the weird that that's kind of how it is in the U.S. It's not just like normal criticisms or anything either.
One shouldn't be no surprise to you, as Finns love coffee, but it is a shock if there's no coffee left for a Finnish person. In workplaces, it's very popular to have some kind of system that makes sure that everybody gets their daily dose of caffeine. There aren't many people in Finland, as Finland is such a small country, and for Finnish people, a crowd is already 2 people. This is quite visible when Finnish people are referring to traffic jams or horrible queues. It might just be that there are 2 people in front of you, but we are already annoyed by this fact. Haha,
Sounds
here
like
comes
me, to be
bonus.
honest.
Yeah, I agree kind of with that. And in the Philippines here, there is an absurd amount of people just everywhere, especially the area we're located in. It's like possibly one of the busiest malls in the entire world. So it's imperative that you go at a not 5 p.m. onwards time on a weekend.
But it'll still be busy anytime you go because there's 25 million people in the city we live in, which is kind of ridiculous. So Finnish people probably would hate it as much as we do when we go to the place and there's a line of like 50 people in front of a fast food place that should be like quick. And you're like, oh. And for some reason, the lines here move extra slow. So the longer the line is, you're getting close to like 30 minutes of waiting.
And sometimes you get that little like person that'll try and like sneak their way in. I imagine that doesn't happen in Finland. A person like cutting in. That seems like something that'd be heavily, not a tiny thing that annoys a Finn, a huge thing that would annoy a Finn.
It's a very Asia thing, I feel like.
Yeah,
is to do line cutting and stuff. It's so common everywhere we go, except for maybe like Japan or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's food related. There are typical food combos in Finland, and if we miss out on the other one, it is a problem and we get annoyed. For example, if we are grilling a sausage, then we would be upset if we forget the mustard. Here is my list
Okay.
of 10 things that annoy Finnish
Well,
people.
those are some things that we know now not to do in Finland because people will be a tiny bit annoyed by us.
I like how well she actually stuck to the theme of being like tiny annoyances, because they're like very like specific things that you wouldn't really know of, and it's good to know.
She stuck to the point of the video. Now we know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let us know what we should check out next, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.